Iris Santos had dreams of becoming a Hollywood star. She was the youngest out of 4 children and born and raised in Southwest Houston. She loved the theater and appeared in numerous productions and won festival competitions. She was described as a dreamer and someone who was very spiritual and helpful. Sadly, her dreams were cut short. On Friday, April 23, 2021, at around 9:30 p.m., Iris was sitting at a picnic table outside of a Chick-fil-A restaurant in West Houston when she was shot and killed. Surveillance video showed a man who police identified as the suspect running past cameras near the crime scene. He was wearing a dark top and gray or white sweatpants. Police have said that there was no known motive so far, and no one has been arrested. Maria, Iris's mother, believes that her daughter was killed because of who she was. Iris was only 22 years old.
For this grieving mother, it's hard to believe her child has been gone that long. Every day is a struggle.
Every single day, yeah. Sometimes I cannot sleep at night. It's just missing so much.
22-year-old Iris Santos had so much life to live.
She was really a beautiful soul. I mean, if you just met her, you will always remember her that way.
Santos was shot to death on April 23rd as she sat outside a Chick-fil-A in West Houston. Surveillance video shows a man Houston police identify as a suspect running by cameras near the crime scene at Westheimer and Fondren. He's wearing a dark top and gray or white sweatpants. So far, no one has been arrested.
The holidays are coming, and I really don't know how I'm gonna survive this.
Iris's murder part of an increase in fatal crimes against transgender people. According to the Human Rights Campaign, the numbers this year are at an all-time high in the U.S., 47 so far. Last year, there were 44 and 25 in 2019. Maria believes Iris was killed because of who she was.
She was so beautiful and clear soul that they just hate her so much, and that's what it happens.
And so on the eve of Transgender Remembrance Day, Maria has this message.
We'll be a different world if we all live together, you know, and love each other.
As she still waits for justice for her daughter.
Whoever's seen this and they know something on what happened that night, which would be a great help if they share with the police.
Mia Santiago was 16 years old when she vanished in Brooklyn, New York on August 20th, 2005. She was last seen getting into a cab with an unidentified man on the 300th block of Rodney Street at around 9:15 p.m. Now, there's very little information about Mia's case, but I did want to include that Mia's birth name is Tyrell Santiago, and she is a transgender woman. A lot of articles refer to her as a male and uses he and him pronouns, but I will refer to her as Mia in this video. Although there's not a lot of details surrounding this case, there has been a lot of speculation online about what really happened to Mia. Many people believe that Mia was a victim of the Long Island serial killer. On April 4th, 2011, an unidentified Asian man was found dead at the Gilgo Beach and was believed to be murdered by the Long Island serial killer. The victim was found wearing women's clothing, and vitals matched up to Mia's as well. There were rumors that Mia's family wouldn't give a DNA sample due to religious reasons, but that was debunked by his sister. Mia, being the unidentified Asian man, was ruled out by the NYPD after receiving a DNA sample from Mia's brother. Mia still remains missing today. 37-year-old Natasha Keianna went missing in Detroit shortly after Christmas in 2020. Natasha's mother states that the last time she had seen her daughter was on December 28, 2020, when Natasha had stopped over to grab a plate of leftovers. Natasha was seen again the following day at the Cranbrook Detroit motel, where she was reportedly living. She was said to have been alone and was seen getting into her 2005 Saturn SUV. According to the management at the hotel, Natasha left all of her personal belongings inside of her room, and before leaving, she stopped by the office to make a payment. Natasha was never heard from again. After growing worried by not hearing from Natasha, her mother reported her missing on January 6, 2021. It was not like Natasha not to keep in touch with her mother. 6 days later, Natasha's body was found inside of her own vehicle in a residential neighborhood just about 2 miles from where the motel is located. Reportedly, a nearby resident who declined to identify himself said that the SUV had been parked outside of his family's home for about 2 weeks and that he called the police a few times and they finally came out. That is when Natasha was found unresponsive in her car. Detroit Detroit police stated that her body did not show any signs of decomposing and that there were no signs of trauma or foul play. An autopsy has been requested by the family despite the police claims. Natasha was in good mental and physical condition when her family last saw her. 33-year-old Sacoya Cooper went missing in Columbus, Ohio on August 31, 2021 after leaving her partner's home to grab a bottle of water from the store. Her partner Richard states that Sacoya received a text message right before she left for the store but has never returned. She was last seen driving her 2009 black Ford Fusion. Sacoya reportedly never made it back to the store either. When Sacoya's loved ones tried to get in touch with her, her phone was turned off. Reportedly, Richard stated that he received information about a possible sighting of Sacoya at a gas station, but when investigated, surveillance cameras weren't helpful. He then started receiving ransom texts demanding money to get Sacoya back and to speak with her. Initially, there were concerns about whether this case was being taken seriously. In September of 2021, the detective assigned to Sacoya's case stated that they had uncovered no signs that pointed to foul play. Yet, Sacoya's car disappeared for some time along with her until it was located in October 2021 with stolen license plates. Authorities have not stated why it took 4 months for them to bring this information to the public, but they do now suspect foul play. Sacoya still remains missing, and her case is still unsolved.
After they haven't seen 33-year-old Sacoya Cooper in nearly 6 months. They're hoping this attention will help bring some tips forward.
It's just been really hard for me.
She's been missing for months. Her family left searching for any answer about where she may be. Police say 33-year-old Sacoya Cooper, a transgender woman whose given name is Devin, was last seen on the north side of the city near Weber Road and Cleveland Avenue in August of 2021. They say she left to go to the store but never made it back. Her car was found 2 months later with clues that she may have been seriously hurt.
We are out of tips. And it hasn't been shed yet, but we believe that this missing person may be the victim of foul play. And we believe that there's a possibility that somebody out there just needs that little bit of oomph when you see this family that's suffering.
She's originally from the Toledo area, but had been living in Columbus. Her family says she was very close with them, calling all the time, their phones now silent.
How hard was it for you to not get that call you were waiting for?
It's been tough, you know. It's hard to even answer that question. It's been pretty tough, though.
Last October, her partner told us he thought she might have been targeted as a part of a hate crime.
People target people for all different type of reasons. You got sick people all over the world.
Police say evidence so far doesn't point to that, but they're at a loss for where she might be, hoping the community can help this family find closure.
So this is really putting a hurt on me and the rest of the family.
If you have any information, you're asked to call Columbus Police. If you'd like to remain anonymous, you can also call Crime Stoppers.